Hello everyone. Thank you. First of all, thank you to everyone. I think registrations, we crossed the 200 mark, so that's a good signal from industry that we're all invested in getting access to the information and the current trends in market. So first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time. It's a full day and we do understand that is a commitment. So just before I get going on what is HSMAI, I mean, obviously the talent question is something that's a burning one, especially for associations, because it's all about people, and for us it's about members of the hotel industry. So for me personally, and I think for our team, following innovative and kind of unique leaders is a key aspect of coming out of the pandemic and rebuilding the hotel and hospitality industry. What I'd like to do is have a shout out, because I feel privileged, and I know our team does, to have a leader who is really inspiring, probably the most persevering individual I've ever met, and has a very unique intent to improve the situation for the hotel industry and impart knowledge. And that's our president for HSMAI Asia Pacific, Jackie Douglas. I'd like her to stand up. Every day, without fail, it's on, and we're coming up with projects and pushing things through. And I think what you'll find when we run over what we've been doing the last 12 months, she really does, for a small team and a non-profit organisation, we really do get a lot of projects moving and off the ground, hence this one as well. But that only can come from really trusting your leader and them setting the example, really rolling up their sleeves and getting in the trenches with you. And Jackie more than does that on every occasion. So just quickly before we kick off, can we have a show of hands is this your first HSMAI event? Do we have anyone in the room who's never been to a HSMAI event? Great, so we're going to just touch on briefly about HSMAI, and as you know, Julie Jones and Bob Gilbert, who you met earlier from HSMAI Global, they're here floating around, so if you've got any more questions for Asia Pacific or on a global scale, they're here all day for the next 2 days. HSMAI, we're a global organisation, so for those that don't know, we're in 4 key regions, so the Americas, Europe, Asia Pacific and the Middle East, and each one of those chapters is highly active again now. So we're a membership organisation, so we like to call it a professional society for commercial hoteliers. We've been around for 95 years, just had our 95th birthday, so obviously the industry has propped that up for almost 100 years. All right, in terms of Asia Pacific, Jackie, as you've just met, Sonia Singh heads up India and I do South East Asia, and then Jackie pulls all the weight for the region overall. Now, as an association, we work very closely with advisory boards, and then sitting down under those advisory boards and the operating committee, we have 5 key countries at the moment, so we call them chapter boards, and each chapter board has a president. In this case, we have Sunny in Thailand, Huilian, Joey in Singapore, Bilal in Indonesia, and Stefan, who's just launched HSMAI Korea. And then in those boards, we'll have 8 to 14 hoteliers or industry professionals who will work volunteer to do exactly the same thing. So when we're going out to do an event, we'll go to the hoteliers and say, right, how do you think we should structure this event so it's relevant to the hotel industry? Okay, so if we look back at the last 12 months, first of all, we had our webinars. We did 3 webinar series. The Brave New World of Distribution, Rock at Work was a result of the Rock conference, and then breaking that down and doing it at the workplace online. And then we did a whole series with CVent on sourcing trends in the future of MICE. Okay, and then we went back to in-person events. So we came out of Zoom and online, and we did 13 commercial roundtables across Asia Pacific, and that was a makeup of sales leadership, revenue leaders, commercial chiefs, sales and marketing roundtables, so 13 in total, and we still have more to come till the end of this year. And then we also did 4 general managers roundtables. When they're with an association, the feedback is quite qualitative. Okay, then we linked up and did a collaboration with Phuket Hotels Association, and we launched the first digital marketing conference for Asia Pacific after the pandemic. And we took the opportunity from that to bring the in-person training courses and certifications back to the foreground. And it was a very successful event. Still, it was quite early. It was only after about, I think, 6 months of borders opening. So there was a real hunger to get back out there, and we had 150 delegates, 90% were hoteliers, and it was just a really buoyant and very positive event, and we got a lot of good feedback. So you'll see later in the piece that this year it's growing. Phuket Hotels Association are very keen to kind of double the size of it and really make it one of Asia's go-to events for hotel tech and digital marketing. So directly following, we did 2 full days at the Banyan Tree, and it was a certified course, and that brought the HSMAI Academy back into focus. And basically, as a whole, HSMAI Academy, we feel, can contribute to the reskilling of the industry. We have certifications you probably recognise, the CRME and the CHPA and CHDM are globally recognised certifications in revenue, digital marketing and sales. Okay, now we're very excited to announce that tomorrow we'll have an official signing ceremony with Singapore Republic Polytechnic to develop a total revenue management training program. So this has been talked about for well over 12 months, and we finally have approvals on all sides. So hopefully that goes some way to helping the new people coming into the industry to get quickly skilled up. Okay, very exciting. We have launched another chapter in Korea, and the enthusiasm for a revenue management focused association in Korea is great because, right, finally to the colour. We like the colour. So we decided to develop a new series based on what we were talking about earlier in talent, a new talent coming into the industry. So we decided to develop a series called Power Up. The idea being to make it totally commercially focused. So if you go to one of our events, it's meeting other people in that space, so you can swap ideas and meet a lot of people in your home city. And for those people travelling into market, they can come and meet a lot of the local commercial people, whether it's Singapore, Bangkok, Delhi, and so forth. So the idea was to create a fresh look, so not go for something too heavy. So just light, come along, have some fun, you know, just meet people and learn a bit. Everyone has a lot to assimilate, so we don't want to overload them with too many slides and so forth. So that's exactly what we did. So M-Social were awesome, and our format was to have a very quick overview of the numbers of the quarter, because it was done at the end of the quarter, and then to have a TED Talk style, no slides. So Monique Thacker was nice enough to commit his time, and he was amazing. So everyone really liked the TED Talk style, and everyone commented on it was nice not to have to look at slides, that it was someone just communicating and have a conversation with the room. What we addressed was networking can be hard, and especially for young people, and we want to attract young people. For those new people, it's terrifying to turn up to an event and not know anyone and have to switch cars. So we thought, well, we know that happens. Let's address it. Let's create an event where you don't have to try. That networking, you will meet everyone at the event. So there's no way to explain it, because what actually happened next was quite phenomenal. It's very interesting. So there's a video instead which should show a little bit more about the day and how it unfolded.
Alright, so after listening to the talk by Ashley, very insightful.
Super innovative, really nice to meet everyone from the industry, and honestly just a good time.
Yeah, look, the event was a great opportunity to network with industry colleagues.
Getting to know everyone on a bit more of a personal level, and it gets you out of your comfort zone.
And I really like the TED Talk style conversation we had with Monique.
The format of the event's very interesting. It's very engaging. It's not sitting through a long, boring presentation.
The event is actually really great, and honestly, I enjoyed myself very much here, meeting all the various hoteliers.
Really nice to see that the entire Singapore community coming together, and especially in the commercial space.
The event was really kind of very exciting, very refreshing for me, to be very honest. Seeing all the new faces, the young people from the industry. And I think this actually is a great engagement for them, really. Love to be part of it now.
Speed dating, speed friending.
Yeah, it wasn't speed dating, speed friending.
Yeah, speed spending. Yeah, we get to meet quite a lot of people in a short time. Yeah.
So just to clarify, it is not speed dating, it is speed friending, okay? I'm new to Singapore. I met quite a few people over here. Yes, yeah. So, yeah, that's been great. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you for everyone that turned up. And for those that were kind enough to commit their comments to camera when it was roving around the room. So what does the next 6 months look like, or thereabouts to the end of 2023? Okay, so we're rolling out our commercial strategy conference. We call it Mini Rock to Seoul. At the end of June, if you're interested in meeting new people in that market, we'll be holding a commercial conference there. And then we take that on the road and we head over to India. And in New Delhi, we're going to hold another commercial strategy conference there, leveraging some of the information that's come from this conference, the feedback and the presentations, plus localized to the India market. And then we head back to Phuket, and that's going to be done in collaboration with Phuket Hotels Association. So their reach and our reach in terms of those two big membership databases, along with the marketing and so forth, we're pretty confident of that being a very successful go-to event. Plus, you get to go to Phuket for a couple of days and stay on. And we're going to continue with Power Up, and we're going to go to more cities with it because we think there is a hunger out there amongst the guys moving into a sort of mid-corporate role and also in the hotels. They want to get out and they want to meet other people in their city and work out what are you doing differently, or how are you approaching influencers, or how are you looking at different technologies that are coming to play and leveraging those. So we really believe that Power Up is going to become a popular stablemate of our more serious rock conferences, so to speak. And then we have 7 more roundtables and 9 training workshops to go. So if you're interested in training, there's a lot more, but 7 of those training workshops are tomorrow. So if you are thinking of coming back, we have some really great content, 7 classes that you can do in one day. Look on the agenda, on the QR codes for day 2. They're drop in, drop out, so you can attend one or attend them all. It's up to you. Okay, so how can I plug in? To wrap it up, I mean, obviously we're a membership organisation. You can join as either an individual member or as an organisation. The HSMAI Academy, it's on all your desks. You can scan and have a look at courses or certifications, whether it's for you or your team. Super easy, it's all done online. We're also introducing more in-person or hybrid trainings. So if you watch the space and you look at our newsletters coming out, you'll see there's a lot to do with training. The certifications are globally recognised, very easy to do, very easy to access. And finally, you can volunteer to be on one of our boards, on the chapter board, on the commercial advisory board if you're in the C-suite, or just put your hand up to participate in any special projects we're running. And other than that is just keep watching our space. And LinkedIn, we've got a YouTube channel, and hopefully we can contribute to the recovery of the industry. There we go. So what I'd like to do now, Bob alluded to it earlier, that there was a global competition for young people to do a marketing case study. There was 18 universities that competed, and that was a truly global competition. And luckily enough, the MOU that we've just signed with Polytech in Singapore, their team won it. So that team, because they're in Singapore, they're going to come up and present it. And one of their prizes was to link up with Heidi. So I'll hand over to Heidi and let you experience what the young people, how they see, the commercial space rolling out. Thank you.